Tell me what it's about. Tell me what it's about. You've been running your mouth. Go down. Happy birthday. Can y'all hear me? I'm testing my mic testing. Can y'all hear me? Does it sound good? Let me know. But happy birthday. What you got planned? And hey Tyrell. Welcome. Oh baby, that's the same thing. Tell me what is it about. Sounds good. Okay, good. You've been running your mouth. Nothing. Do you normally celebrate your birthday, or are you somebody where it's like, it's just another day? It's interesting meeting like the just another day birthday people, because I'm definitely going to do the most for my birthday. I think I'm going to start celebrating half birthdays too. Don't ask me why. I actually got the idea from this girl. I don't like her, but she ate that one little thing, okay? I went to school with her, and she's actually friends. Like, we share the same best friend, right? And she's a Cancer, but she celebrates her half birthday, which would be in Capricorn season. And I was just like, she ate that. You ate that one little thing. Like, that one thing, you ate that and that only. My mind's like, you ate that thing, and I'm going to give it to you. I might have to take that from you. Just another day for real. LOL, but I'm going to Cali in May. So I'll just work and stack up till then. Okay. You got something to look forward to. Very Aquarius in nature. Having something to look forward to. Yeah, I usually anticipate my birthdays, okay? It's like, I just feel like it should be special. Now I'm not gonna lie. This most recent birthday that passed, I feel like I was a lot more withdrawn and a lot more to myself, and that's because I just had life circumstances, and I don't know, just I wasn't in the mood to be around a lot of people for my birthday this year. So I'm getting to an age and a point in my life where I'm starting to understand it a little bit more. But you know, but still, it feels like my new year. Like the way that people look at January 1st, or maybe even like the spring solstice, like the way people view it, that's how I view my birthday. Like I get a boost of energy. I be feeling like brand new and shit. I think that's because my son is trying my Chiron in Leo. That's like my life force. I feel it. Like I'm always in a mood to party. I feel like a kid again every time my birthday come around. But right in the way these days flying by, it'll be here before you know it. It sure will. It definitely will, boom. Mine is next month. Oh, you are Aries. It's gonna be Aries season. Speaking of Aries, they say the girl Saturn is in Aries. Saturn and Aries. Self control, self mastery are two are going to be two important concepts that I feel are going to be highlighted with Saturn and Aries, or where people are going to be challenged or tested. Self control, but also like I feel like isolation could be a big one too, especially if you have it like in your social houses. So like Saturn in the seventh house or the 11th house or the third house. But I have it in my seventh house, and like I think I can already feel it, like in the sense of me being extra strict with like the people I'm dealing with. Like, or just in general, I don't have a lot of patience, or I'm very what's the word? Suspicious of people. Like I'm very I don't. It's hard for me to put it into words, but it feels like I'm pretty sure Saturn is responsible for that in the seventh house, because I definitely feel like because Saturn in the seventh house could be very like, especially in Aries, you're not really tolerating a lot. You're probably not putting up with a lot, but as a result, you're probably going to be like alone a lot. And it may not even necessarily just be limited to romantic relationships. It could be like in general, you spending more time alone type shit. Or you could be in a situation that's like long lasting. Like Saturn in the seventh house, in the fifth house, motherfuckers could be together for 10 years or better. Like you could really Saturn in the fifth or the seventh house, you can be in a relationship for a long periodically time. So it's like either one extreme or the other. I'm not gonna yai. Hey Tuli. Tuli, my bookie. Hey Meg and monitoring spirits that just stopped right. Hey y'all. The least you can do is thumbs up the video. Cause we're gonna get to 10K before 2026 is over. Like, what's the hold up, guys? And I can only do as much as the people that are viewing me are willing to participate. You know what I'm saying? The shit is gonna get popped regardless, but it's like, you know, share so that we can grow the Astro family. Um, and yeah. So with that being said, I can't wait till you start back doing readings. I need to know what's going on with this woman. It's been driving me crazy. Yeah, I'll let y'all know. But have you seen the Tyra Next Top Model documentary? I have not, but I've seen people talk about it. Like, I know that it's a thing. Like, I've seen clips and shit. Have you seen it? What do y'all think about it? If y'all have seen it, I saw somebody on TikTok talking about Sagittarius, and I was like, damn. I know Tyra Banks is a Sagittarius, but I felt like it hit. Because every time like people get to talking about like the Sag slander be so specific, I feel like Sagittarius gets the slander Gemini really should, with us being opposing signs and all. But she was just like, oh yeah, if you're a Sagittarius, you're a bad, of course you're a bad person. All Sagittarius are bad people because what example did she use? I think she said because Tyra Banks didn't go visit Jay. He was one of the teachers or one of the panel judges that was on the panel, the dark skinned black man. And I'm like, well, in a sense, the dark side of Sag can be bad friends. Like, what they call them, fair weather friends, or people who just kind of, and it's not intentional. It's just that a lot of times we can be inconsistent. Sagittarius can be inconsistent in nature. Make promises, not really follow through with them. Tell you I'm gonna get up with you, forget. Say I'm a, like, or it's just like, you just want to have a good time. You don't want to be bound or feel inconvenienced by being bound to other people all of the time. And I think that's why Sag and Aquarius sextile one another, like they do so well together. But I understand that in actuality, this could be a very harmful way of operating if you don't, if gone unchecked. Because, what do they say? Part of community is convenience. To be in community with people, you have to be willing to be inconvenienced. Yeah. Sometimes. Or be willing to show up for other people and slow your world down. So, but just in general, people have been saying Tyra Banks is just a super villain, all just outright in terms of how she treats women. Of course, I watched America's Next Top Model. I did. But I haven't gone back and rewatched it as an adult. So, like, I haven't really been able to contextualize just how ridiculous some of the shit that they used to do actually was. But I do remember Tyra Banks when she had her talk show and she invited Superhead on there. And I did not like the way she was talking to Superhead. I felt like she was very judgmental. It was the positioning she took. I could definitely see how Tyra Banks could be catty. And the thing with Sagittarians, I will say, specifically the ones I've noticed, like the celebrities, is that once again, in a very similar fashion to Pisces, accountability kind of evades them. But with Pisces, they like to escape accountability through, like, being the victim. Sagittarius is just like, it's very obnoxious. Excuses, rationalizing. That's why they oppose Gemini. Gemini is very good at rationalizing too. I would say Sagittarius would be more justifying it. You're giving it, there's always a reason behind a righteous reason behind what you're doing that makes whatever it is that you're doing okay, no matter what it is that you're actually doing. And that could go really right or really wrong. And for a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen it go wrong. And I'm not gonna like I don't identify with some of these traits because I do. But you know what I'm saying? I think definitely as I've gotten older, you know, I've been more self-aware. She said, "We some spawns say." So you see? Did you see what I'm talking about? You saw the video or not? Was it just me? It was just my FYP. They filmed the girl having sex, but as she was really drunk, a lot of people are thinking it was SA. They blamed her for cheating on America's Next Top Model. Ah, yikes! Ooh, my God. I haven't had any luck with Sagittarius, and I've met 3. Safe to say, you're the common denominator. Hey, man, watching Bridget and Tipsy out some wine. Ooh, what you drinking? And what is Bridgerton? I feel like I have heard of that before. Yeah, that's Pisces down. Cancers too. Cancers can be like that in the sense that, cancers can um a lot of times, in my opinion, are the bigger crybabies. You know, because think of Cancer as like that energy between mother and child. And so naturally, Cancers have that ability to kind of how babies do, like, you know, cry to get their like either get their needs met, or it's that thing of being able to like turn the waterworks on. But sometimes it is involuntarily. Sometimes it is involuntarily too, though. But still, because I'm a Cancer, so I know, and I know I'm a crybaby. But my thing is, I don't do it in front of other people, so I'm not really the type to try to manipulate you by doing it, because I don't really do it in front of people. But I know there are some people who like, I think of like Krishan. She's a Pisces, of course, but she also has her Mars in no, her Mars is in Aries, but I think she's a Cancer moon. She's a Cancer moon. She's a Cancer moon. Fucked up. Cancer moon is aspected terribly, but it is Cancer moon nonetheless. Man, watch out. Yes, all of my exes are Cancers. All annoying as fuck. And they probably won't leave your ass alone either. Cancers, those are the real, like, that's the real sign of like the ex that won't leave you alone. Like, Cancers can't let go of their exes for nothing. If you're dating somebody and with their sun in Cancer or Venus in Cancer, I don't know. It might be, and that's the crazy part, because they may not even have to act on it. Like, you'll never know. Like, they the type where it's like, it's not like they cheating on you with the ex. It's like they'll be the type to be with you and still deep down inside, like, feel a way about somebody from way back when. Like, ah! Hey, can you speak on Aquarius stellium and Capricorn stelliums, especially how hard Saturn affects them? I'll say this: when it comes to the difference between Capricorn and Saturn, right? Kind of like what I was talking about the other night in my last live, where it's like where I was, I guess, justifying my belief in using the outer planets and astrology when you're interpreting the signs. So I feel like Uranus is a very important element or a component when we talk about its effects on Aquarius and what makes Aquarius so different from Capricorn. But I feel like Saturn is ultimately what makes both Capricorn and Aquarius able to kind of isolate themselves from others or insulate themselves from other people, which can be a really good thing. It can be a very beneficial thing, but it can also be a very bad thing. Or it can make them very cruel, very cold hearted, very ruthless, relentless, rigid, those things. Those things. And then also, I feel like too, Aquarius is there's going to be some conflict there because Saturn automatically just pertains to everything involving orderly, structured, um, things that are of maybe even like tradition, discipline. Aquarius is don't it's actually designed to tear all that shit down. So you got that. That's why a lot of like Aquarian uh children or people with like prominent Aquarian energy have they usually experience like issues with adults like growing up or respecting authority figures even in the workplace, people who are in higher positions than you. Saturn, aka Capricorn, actually deals with hierarchy, ranking. You know what I'm saying? That's why it deals with corporate America, all those good things, or all of those things that ain't gotta be good. It just is what it is. And then Aquarius, on the other hand, is more so like, we're gonna do the same thing for everybody. How about that? I don't have to respect you any more than what you respect me because you have a different title or because you're older. Very Saturn. You're very, that doesn't mean anything to me. I even think of like Blueface. Like Blueface is an Aquarius. You see how like I'm not saying all Aquarians are disrespectful, but I am saying when they are very disrespectful. Do you get what I'm saying? Like when Aquarians are disrespectful. He even got a song called Get Disrespect. Like, I'm gonna get disrespectful. Like it's they can get very ruthless. So a lot of that I would say too is a manifestation of that Saturn energy. But it's just more unpredictable in how it's applied. If that makes sense. Unhealed me for sure. Uh-uh. You disrespectful to me. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, child, they be cold as fuck. Yes, you're right. The last nigga wouldn't let go, and his ex has Venus in Cancer too, and he won't leave me alone. Hit me up. What I tell you, they always coming back around, honey. The reminiscing. Them Capricorns can be like that too, though. Hmm. Yeah, y'all stay safe. Stay safe. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up, daughter. Don't get caught up, and don't let them have no Gemini right in the mix. And, Gemini and Cancer right beside one another. So it's like typically people, if they have a Cancer place, like if you're a Cancer sun, you probably got some Gemini placements. If you're a Gemini sun, you don't have to, but I've definitely seen some with Cancer placements. Yeah, and Gemini is more so of like they gonna come and go. You know what I'm saying? Cancer is like, okay, I still have like this soft spot for you, an attachment. Cancer is very attachment based. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel attached to you. Gemini is not necessarily as sentimental, so meaning a Gemini can still be in your life and tethered to you for years. Like, and they don't necessarily have to be emotionally attached to you. They might be inconsistent. They might be very inconsistent. Actually, they definitely will be. But they're gonna pop in. They're gonna want to talk. They're gonna want to, you know what I'm saying, like keep in touch. So the Cancer might stalk your ass. Like Cancers really deserve the type of PR that Scorpios get when it come to like stalking and shit. So a Cancer might stalk you or, have like this unrequited love for you. And then the Gemini ex will probably, text you to see if you blocked them or something like that. Every so often, like you know what I'm saying? Not really want too much, but let me see what Shorty do. Like we can laugh, we can kiki. Might hit you up on the rando, like, you know what I'm saying, but don't expect too much more than that. But and if you do get more than that, he definitely got you in rotation. He just, you enjoy your turn type shit. One of those type of exes. They remind me of the Gemini with the Taurus moon, y'all. He brought me my Valentine's gifts. And that's just how I look at it. Like, you just gotta enjoy your time with him. And that's okay. I'm at a point in my life where I'm okay with that. He should just be enjoying his time with me as well. And now that I think about it, yeah. Have you looked into Chiron and Taurus in June and how it might be when it squares Pluto in Aquarius? Hmm. I didn't think about it. But I ain't gonna lie, right off bat, you know what it's giving for me? It's making me feel like there could be some type of, well, number one, definitely banking crises, some sort of issue with like, not to scare people, when people talk about like, oh, the grids are going down, the power grids are going down, like that kind of gives those vibes. Or like definitely issues with like outages. Um, oh my God, when it comes to food, crops, um, seeing food skyrocket even more, like the price of food, or having like a food agricultural crisis. Could be manufactured with Pluto and Aquarius. So could the weather, and not to sound like one of those people, but I mean that's just what the astrology could. Don't get me started, oh brother. I might do a upload on that one. You did a reading for me a couple years ago, and everything you said came true. Thank you. Well, I mean, I hope it wasn't bad. I don't. I see. I hate to be right about stuff that's not good, but hopefully it was insightful. Hopefully it was insightful, and thank you for Jessica. I remember you. I actually remember you. I think I follow you on TikTok, girl. What's up, girl? How you been, girl? You been good? Can you speak on overcoming 12th house stellium hardship? Well, stop feeling sorry for yourself is one. Step one. I could tell you that's where to start because although, the answer to that question can actually be very drawn out just because depending on the planet we're talking about or planets in the 12th house. But I will say, just in a vacuum, you're going to have to let go of self pity. And I know that can be hard because things might genuinely be like, that's just how life is. Like, shit sucks and shit sucks a lot. But there are things that we can do about it, and there are things that we can't do anything about. Like, they're two separate piles. So, focusing more on the things you can do, even if it's not much, is how you kind of get moving in the right direction. Self pity is not helpful, it's not useful. Nothing constructive has ever been built through feeling sorry for yourself. And honestly, nothing good has ever been given to people who people feel sorry for, if you ask me. And this is very fitting with the North Node in Pisces. Pisces is the natural ruler of the 12th house. Okay. Pisces deals with charity. And, that's why a lot of times there's a lot of shame that people can feel regarding that. Another reason why I do feel like Black people are ruled by the sign Pisces, like there's a lot of stigma surrounding, taking people's hand-me-downs, doing certain things, being perceived a certain way. But the point I'm making is people who feel sorry for you don't respect you. That's the point I'm making. And you should want people to respect you, and you should want to respect yourself. It's so deep. Hey Josie. You also did a reading for me, and I will say you was right about everything. Hope you're doing good, Mama. Thank you. I hope you're doing good too. I remember you as well. It's good to see y'all. Got another for you. Any insight on Neptune and Saturn and Aries hitting the South Node in Aries? North Node Libra folks. Because everyone is ready to fight. So this one is a little personal for me. My daughter has her South Node in Aries. And because here's the thing, I'm not really big on following transits. And I share that with y'all. Like, of course, I offer transit readings, right? Like, I'll do transit readings for clients or maybe here with you guys. But, like, in my personal, I don't do it because, especially when it comes to myself or my child, because I can get, like, paranoid. Um, and so long story short, as you say that, I'm reading the comment, I'm looking back on like the behavior, and I would say, even on the universal level, I feel like this transit could deal with a shift in identity. Like there's gonna be a lot of karma tied to like your sense of self or lack thereof. And it's just, my child is a middle schooler. I have a fresh middle schooler, so it's like she's going through that phase in life. And so I think that's um, something that a lot of Aries South Nodes could be dealing with right now. Definitely. We talked about this in the last live. Like I was saying, like I always say with Vedic astrology, like I just feel like to each his or her own. I just personally believe that the outer planets should be factored into the interpretation of each sign because they add nuance and it matters. So like I don't necessarily feel like traditional, what people would deem as like the more traditional interpretations of astrology to be. I don't think it's wrong. I just feel like, if you can get more information and more detail and more, like, why not? So, and yeah, I prefer tropical Western astrology. I find so many Vedic astrologers to be so aggressive about not following Western astrology. Like, chill, my boy. It's never that deep, baby. Just do what works for you, boo. You stay in your lane, and I'm gonna stay in mine. That's pretty much how I view that. Vedic astrologers be weird as fuck. Why they be weird? I'm not gonna lie though, when I first got into astrology, this was like back when like 2016 type shit, like 2016, 17. I used to look at Vedic astrology channels. Damn, yeah, it's been about 10 years now. So yeah, I used to look at Vedic astrology channels. And I'm very much a chew the meat, spit out the bones type of individual. So um I just kind of parsed through the interpretations and took what I felt, you know, made sense to me. They were trying to force us to cover over and they think they know more. Hey, Meg, any advice for Scorpio risings? I'm going through it. Life is kicking my ass. Right now, just on 28 last one. Um, you know, Scorpio deals with endurance and it deals with crises. And these are things that could be internal or external. So, like, it could be an identity crisis, but it could also be like literally feeling like you're always having to overcome something or going through some type of high pressure, high stress situation. But what they say, pressure makes diamonds. That's why the higher polarity of Scorpio could be, like I said, endurance, power. Um, a chance to rebrand, start over. And so I said that to say, and of course, everything is always gonna be way easier said than done. But I have my Mars at the 29th year of Scorpio conjoined my sun, and I have Scorpio in the first house. So it's like I would definitely say you just gotta keep going. Learn how to transmute energy. It is gonna save your life. That's another Scorpio quality. Transmuting, being able to transmute. So taking negative to positive. They can also do positive to negative, but channeling energy. Maybe if you can do so physically, I think that's definitely helpful. Scorpio ascendants, people with Scorpio in the first house to engage in exercise. Or if you have your Mars in Scorpio, you definitely need to be active. And Ellie Chopper, he's having an identity crisis. Oh yeah, he is a Scorpio. But he also has his Mars at like the 29th degree of Gemini or some shit like that. Don't quote me, but like I think he got like his Mars in Gemini. So that's where his that whole persona where he's trying to personify Tupac. That Tupac was a Gemini. So like with somebody with a rapper with his Mars in Gemini would probably try to take after that Tupac persona. That's why NLE Chopper is so like he's always trying to highlight how he has two conflicting, contrasting personalities. He's a street nigga, but then he likes to eat leafy green vegetables and drink llama guava juice and and shave his head off like a monk. Like we get it, nigga. You have two duplicities living inside your body. It's like he tries to force it to me. That's what make the nigga seem a little crazy to me. It's the Gemini. that's just me. Advice for living on your Pluto line. I'm tired. Oh, why? Why are you living on your Pluto line? Don't maybe. I mean, like it kind of ties into what I was saying about that resilient factor. Well, number one, make sure you're protecting your safety, your physical safety. But it could just be like where you feel like something is always happening, where there's always some high pressure. Pluto literally deals with high pressure situations. Like, I don't know, that could just seem pretty stressful, dog. But I will say, learning how to overcome, becoming more resilient. When you think of Pluto, think resilience. Living near your Pluto line is probably going to make you resilient or force you to have to be resilient. And I would think too, that's one of those things where it's like, if I could live here, I can live anywhere else. Like I can make it anywhere type places. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Gemini sun, Mars and Mercury in the ninth house. Oh, get you, yah. So you just be doing and saying whatever. I see you. My favorite type of people to be around. That's why Gemini in my eighth house, because that shit either gonna go right or really wrong. Probably both. I moved back home after living in a different city for 10 years. I plan on moving soon. Wow. A whole decade? That's a big deal, dog. That's a big deal. What made you move back? Why you went bite? You living on your Mars line. It's your birthday. Hey, lovely mayhem. Mayhem. And that would make sense. I'm thinking about NLE Chopper again. You're talking about identity crisis. Mars literally deals with your identity. So yeah, Mars and Gemini, I could definitely give identity crisis. Cause you two conflicting people. You know who else got that placement that give me identity crisis, but like it's not so overt. It's like it make more sense. Tiana Taylor, but she pull it off better though. That's why she come off as Miss Nigga. You know what I'm saying? She got that. Don't get me wrong. Her feminine, super sexy. She could pull off any feminine look, but she has this way. And then her stomach don't make it no better because she got a very muscular stomach. So it's like the right angle, the right aesthetics. She's giving my nigga. She's giving that's my man. That's my sexy ass man right there. The androgynous, or just having two different polar opposite way of being. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And the men are like that too. And they can be like, especially when it comes to sex, it can be very feminine in the bed. That's why when NLE Chopper was like, oh, I let her eat my ass. I'm like, nigga, duh. He was talking about how he let his baby mama eat, or I guess she put him on blast. But I'm like, he got any Geminis. Let me tell you something about them Gemini placements, baby. Gemini Mars, Suns, they look like don't get me started. Y'all know I have my PhD in Gemini Peen. And let me tell you one thing. Them niggas be loving all that shit. Amber Rose said she had to stick a finger up Kanye booty, up his booty hole. Them niggas be down with the get down. I'll tell you that. Freaked out. Yes, they are. Yeah, just always trying to try some shit. Air dominant, intellectual queen. Mars and Gemini. Yeah, Machiavellian. Yeah. I was kind of tired enough of the city and was thinking moving back home would get me grounded and I can heal from my childhood, but it's been a battle. Yeah, I get that. What transits you think are a riding Wendy from Real Housewives? I think you know what it is. If I'm not mistaken, I think she has Sagittarius on the South Node. I remember I did a birth chart reading on her in the past. Can't remember if it was on live stream or an upload. But I know because I was making the point that she placed so much emphasis on the fact that she had all these degrees, right? All these degrees, all of this, that. She's supposed to be this highly educated, highly esteemed woman of distinction. And come to find out, she's a fucking scammer. She a scammer hoe. The whole time. Her and her nigga busting jugs. Like, oh, da-da. Da-da busting jugs. So, with that being said, I was thinking like, damn, transit the North Node is in Pisces. Pisces square Sagittarius all day. So is it highly plausible that transit in North Node could be squaring her South Node? Possibly. And that could be blowing up her spotlight, having yourself put on blast, or being in a situation where you're judged, a public scandal, especially surrounding either your credentials or like you going to jail, like over some fraudulent shit. Then it came out like, what were all the lies that were debunked about Miss Mamas? What were the lies that were debunked about Miss Mamas? You think Dirk coming home? I think God gonna call him home before you see him on your phone. That's what I think. God gonna call him home before you will see him on your phone. So download what you need to download and save the memories, relish in them. Oh shit. Well, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm just laughing because I don't know. I feel like God is good, and this is a good time. I'm having a good time. Having a good time with you guys tonight. Cause that's crazy. That nigga finna be locked up for a very long periodically time. But I think you know that. And he got Sagittarius on the North Node, so he just need to get close to God and learn his, do the religious thing like he been doing, you know what I'm saying? Because Pisces squaring his North Node too, that transit in North. So, that could definitely deal with going to jail, him being incarcerated. You know, I don't really know what to say because that man, I am of the age. That whole Chirac era, that 2012, 2013. That was my prime era. Like, I remember watching and following this shit in real time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Dirk has been doing what he's been doing for a very long periodically time. So I just feel like it was only a matter of time. Like the whole street drill, I think we're moving into an era in 2026, or when did he get locked up? 2025, even whenever the fuck, where that era of being a nigga who really drilling and making music is never gonna happen. Everything is all industry. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna catch up to you. So that's what happened. That's what happened. And Von didn't die. He be in jail right with him. Or prison. He be facing a life sentence. Just like him. Hey Leo Rich. I don't know what's going on in the world. Thoughts on Tyra Banks and the documentary. We can get into Tyra Banks short. I'm going to have to plug my computer, y'all, because my shit be quick to die. But there's so many people that are fed up with life. A woman on TikTok was proud to say her husband spent 15 years in prison for committing a Columbine crime. She says, "Oh, I saw that." Wait, no, I didn't. I'm thinking about something else. Wait, 15 years for committing a Columbine crime. She's staying with him. Which one is that? You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the lady on TikTok who husband just got out of prison because I don't know, something about they thought he was finna shoot up a Walmart or some shit. And now they together. That's what I thought you was talking about. I didn't see the Quincy Jones documentary. Did they include all the high and sexy men he was fucking back in the 70s? This is the same woman. That's the same woman? Ugh. Yeah. They say she got a little mental health herself. Um, yeah. They say she a little special needs herself. And I believe it. Cause there's no words. But yeah, y'all. So that's pretty much been that on that. What else y'all want to talk about? Really? Oh yeah, I said I was gonna look into tire rings. Let me do that. But I really just wanted to touch base with y'all. I didn't want to be here all night. Let me see. What you think about the Saturn and Aries that just started for a natal Aries and Saturn return? Disciplining your children is going to be a really big theme if you have them. By making sure your kids are like structured, putting them in sports. Like my best friend is an Aries. We just got done not that long ago talking about like her son conditioning for I think it was football or something. Um, and like I said before, with Saturn and Aries dealing with like control, self control, self discipline, self mastery. Those are going to be very dominant things that if you have children can apply to how you should, I guess, approach parenting. But even just within yourself as well, though, like getting more serious about like your job, what you want to do, probably pursuing some independent venture. Definitely issues within the workplace, tensions in the workplace. I'm even once again thinking about my best friend. Like now I'm thinking about it, yeah, that's so it could be a lot of that going on. No kitties for you. You could definitely see that with the career. Mm-hmm. Like I said, entertaining a long standing connection with somebody. But the gag is if you are in a long standing connection with somebody, you could actually like not be happy a lot with transiting Saturn in Aries. You know what I'm saying? There could be a lot of issues and limitations within the relationship that's gonna make you like rethink whether you need to be there or not. Okay. And then too with that conjunction, like but with that transit, you could actually feel very fulfilled if you are on the single end of the spectrum. Like, fulfilled with just being independent. Be mindful of like cuts, burns, heartburn. Not getting cheated on. Saturn and Aries made me feel, oh, is that unk status? Uh, no, that's not unk status, but I can see where like there could be a fear of aging or a desire to fight aging with Saturn and Aries. So you might need to make peace with the fact that we're gonna get old. And that's okay. Trust me, I as a Capricorn North node, I be thinking about that a lot lately. Like, and I have in my solar return chart, I think I have Capricorn on the ascendant. So I just really been thinking like just putting life into perspective. Damn, we're getting older. You almost set your house on see that fire shit. What house is this happening in? It's my Saturn return. 30 feels up there. But let me tell you what though, 30 is just the beginning. Trust me. You're only as old as make yourself out to be, really. I take the wisdom that comes from being older. I didn't learn how to squirt until I was in my 30s. I didn't learn how to I didn't have the best friendships, or the best experiences with friendships until I was in my 30s. Life is just getting started, baby. You just a newborn baby, da-da. As a Scorpio stellium woman, I love self-care with sex toys. Okay. Okay. Thankfully, black don't crack. Still, I get checked. I've been thinking about how I'm going to retire and live when I'm older. Man, me too, girl. And with our society the way it is right now, is looking very shaky. I'm using micro needling patches for my smile lines. Oh. Oop, my bad. I didn't mean to highlight that. I still can't squirt. You just ain't been fucked by the right nigga, girl. That's all. That's the best I can say. Cause, and truth be told, that's not statistically that far off. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of data that supports that there is an orgasm gap between men and women, and that, you know, on average, women are having less orgasms than men are in sexual intercourse. But then also squirting is a little different too, because squirting isn't necessarily an orgasm. But the point is, if niggas is not giving women orgasms, I know they not making women squirt either. Not in mass. So you just have to deal with the right type of, because it's really about the angles. It's about the angles. So if he's jackrabbiting it in and out, in and out, like just humping, like he just, yeah, that's not gonna get it there. That's why a lot of women like the curve, because it has to hit your G spot, like that little spot when you go in, and it's like inside the vagina and upward. I don't have a visual at the moment, so I can't give sexual ed 101, but yeah, they got to hit that spot repeatedly at the right frequency. And baby, I be like, I love you a long time. I love you a long time. The card. I be like, what would you like, Papa? Good lesbian sex is elite. Shout out to the lesbian sex. And you know, that is a good time as well. It is a good time as well. I must say. Manifesting that nigga with the veiny third leg. Oh, Lord. Come on, manifest. Key to squirting to be relaxed, in my opinion. Don't try to force it. Yeah, it stimulates the area. That is so true. And I just don't be giving a fuck. Like, niggas, I don't know. I feel like in the beginning, it's like, oh, am I peeing? Like, oh, did I just pee? But like now, I don't give a fuck if I did piss on a nigga. These niggas don't care. They're disgusting. They're depraved animals. They would drink it up, literally. So I just go for it. I just go for it when I feel that sensation. Which one of the male signs have the best sex? I mean, I've hold many a days in my day, but I don't think I have had every single man in the zodiac. But um, I would just say in the vacuum, maybe. I don't know. I could just, because it's all subjective, but for me, I would say it's the right combination of, y'all gonna know that if you've been on my channel for a minute, you know what I'm gonna say. It's the right combination of Gemini and Virgo for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's a chaotic combination, diabolical actually, but in the bedroom it works. It works. That's because Geminis are very attentive. So like, I mean, excuse me, Virgos, not Geminis. Virgos are very attentive, and like they take that perfectionist kind of like mentality, and like they're the type to like watch porn, study it, and then try it out on you. They're always trying to apply some new shit, integrate some new shit. They'll learn your body. They know this, they know that. But then the Gemini angle of it is fun, and they love to talk you through it. And that's my vibe. That's my jam. Let's have a whole dialogue. Let's turn into Shakespeare. Da da. Why thou art now with my pussy? That's because you got a Virgo moon. That is true. It is. I do like it. I do. That's what and I guess because, you got to be comfortable, right? So when I am most comfortable in my Virgo moon shit is when I feel like you got to know the little details. You got to know the details about me, da da. You got to know what I like because I'm not the average. Thank you, Delene. I'm just being real though. Like real shit. Real shit. Geminis also know how to keep you in the moment too. Yeah. And the only thing with Geminis is that it's always that threesome shit. Like, I'm not saying every Gemini engages in a threesome. I'm not. But what I'm saying is the Gemini placements in my stratosphere have. That's what I'm saying. Like, even the Haitian Gemini, that damn threesome. If y'all caught that live stream that I did on our breakup back when I was still in my messy influencer era, basically that damn threesome was the bane of my existence anyway. Doing that, like that nigga that was the most threesome wanting ass nigga. Sun conjoined to Mars and Gemini, a demon, a threesome demon, and then gonna try to set me up with a bitch he done already fucked. Like I won't bat the shit out of both y'all. Well, the old me, the old me. That was the old me. I've been born again. But yeah, that's crazy. And so it's like, and that's where I can vibe with Gemini because it's like if I don't get too close, that's why Cancer placements, and it's always my Cancer South Node that fucks me up when I'm dealing with Geminis because I used to get attached and they would do some shit that would piss me off so bad. Now I gotta hop into the big Sag bag. You feel me? And I don't want to be like that, but now you forcing me to be like that. Yeah. Glad you got away. Hey, I'm glad do you know he followed me on TikTok like 2 days ago? All I heard was ring, 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 ring. He been watching me. And you probably watching this video. Hey Dada. I don't know. He might be watching. Like the feds. That live was everything. Who was I feeling like? Who was I truly feeling like in that moment? And who did I think I was in that moment in time? I was just upset and befuddled. I don't think I've been through that much drama, but that was some Jerry Springer ass shit, y'all. That was probably like the most drama I think I'd have been in since college, like in my adult life. And I don't look to recreate it. Not 1 second, not one moment. He is listening. He probably is listening. And like I said, I'm not even finna give him no more energy. You could just sit back and wish you was sucking my booty hole and you'll never suck it again. Anyway, it's right. But yeah, note to self, note to everyone else. If he's a Haitian, run. if he's Gemini and Haitian, call the police. Or I'm not gonna say who else. We're not even gonna touch that subject. I gotta start moving the way that I would want to move, like as a big influencer. So I don't want shit like this to come back to bite me in the ass 5 years from now. So I'm not gonna say what I would say if I was around my friends and people who I could actually be. I don't want to say a terrible person, because I know I'm not a terrible person. But I was gonna say some shit that was gonna make it sound like I was a terrible person to the naked eye. But I'm not gonna go there, because which sign is more marriage material? I would say just in general. Or are we talking about Haitian being off limits? Listen, I was late to the party, son. I was late to the party. Clearly, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand, and I also have Venus square Neptune, so it's like I'm not gonna lie. Like I get caught up in the rapture. You get caught up just stupid, just delusional, just floating, just lying to yourself and just embarrassed. It was just embarrassing. It was a human dating is a humiliation ritual if you have Venus square Neptune. And I just had to pay the price, unfortunately. But I've been hazed into the club. I'm a bad bitch now. They say after you get your heart broke real bad, you turn into, well, only bad bitches know that. Bad bitches know that you turn into a badder bitch after you get your heart broke. So this was really the portal, the catalyst to my bad bitchery. So, you know, you was on your Sag behavior. You wanted the experience. Yeah, it was just reckless. That was the Sag behavior. It was reckless. I was just being reckless and careless, like, because I just didn't care. Like, and I think as I'm getting older, I don't know, y'all. I feel like I'm outgrowing things that I used to like. Cause like the chaos, the noise, the passion that fulfilled my 20s and my early 30s, like it's fizzling out. I'm turning into more of a slow burn type of individual. If you catch my drift. The bad bitch origin story. You see what I'm saying? And so, once you get that, that's really like a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift, mamas. I want some bok choy, y'all. I've been on a bok choy rampage lately. Like, just eating straight bok choy, like, straight. I just hate the name. It sounds so stupid. Like, I could be like, I'm making some cabbage. I'm making some bok choy. It's stupid. But that shit tastes scrumptious, though. Like, I usually cook mine with some sesame oil, some vinegar, the rice vinegar, some honey, some soy sauce, or you could put it in a soup. And it's just like, it's the right chewy, crunchy. It's so good. It's good. Because I've been working on getting more fiber. Y'all know they say millennials, a lot of millennials have been getting colon cancer, which I thought was very fitting when we talk about that Pluto in Scorpio generation. Y'all know Scorpio rules, like, the colon, waist, all of that. Libra would be more like your pee, your kidneys. Well, not the pee itself, but like your kidneys and how it purifies your urine. But yeah, Scorpio is definitely waste. is definitely your colon. So yeah, we have to get that fiber in. I forced myself to get more fiber. And I think some of that too is like my Virgo moon, because my moon and Jupiter, like I'm very big on like being mindful of like what I'm eating. People putting sub, yeah. Would you get colours? I would. I just think about all the stuff that's going, all the dookie that's gonna be in the tube. Oh my goodness. That would be so, I don't know, to watch. It would make me feel so clean. My brother's a Virgo moon. He tried to be mindful of it. Yeah, Virgo is all about diet. But the thing is, my Virgo moon is squaring my Sag sun, and I think I got Ceres and my 11th house of Virgo, I want to say. Point is, like I like to diet, and I am kind of always like diet centric and focused and shit, but like it's hard for me to stick to it. So so consistency is where that square shows up for me. Like forcing myself to be consistent. Cause I'll have a method all day, but like sometimes I'll be like, let me just I have Virgo North Node in the 12th house. Do you eat a lot of seafood? That could be a pescatarian placement. But you still on your diet, right? Yeah. I wouldn't call it a diet. I'm trying to look at it as being more of a lifestyle change. But yes. I've been eating more fiber and tracking my calories. India loves chart. She was crying on live saying how niggas took advantage of her being a little why November nigga. They took advantage of her being a little thought. I'm thinking, well, let's look, shall we? And I got me weak. Okay. And like, what is she famous for again? I'm sorry. I know that there was some paparazzi photos of her in the game. Who, the game was like in his mid-30s, fucking on her, and she was like 17, 18. By the way, but I didn't know what she was originally famous for though. I'm just a little confused. Is it India Westbrooks? Huh? Is that the same person? India Westbrooks? She's famous for being in the industry passing around. So like she's like a Ruby Rose. And honestly, I'm not that hard on the girls, on the girls who I guess are perceived to have fucked their way into the come up. I feel like, listen, you use what you got to get your advantage. You know? I can't hate on that. And I wish they would stop being ashamed about it. But okay, y'all. So it's getting late. Why you gotta be here? Oh, I said I was gonna pull up our chart. I owe y'all India Love and who else? I was supposed to do their chart tonight. Tyra Banks, that's right. Tyra Banks and India Love. Got it. It's the same person. Okay, let me go ahead and do this, and then I owe y'all Tyra, cause I wasn't finna keep looking for her chart. Hold on, let me go by it. So it says she was born February 3rd, 1996 at 6:26 a.m. San Antonio, California. Let me share my screen. Give me just a second. It's getting late. Why you gotta be here beside me? Okay, so it looks like we have Sun and Mars and Aquarius. That makes sense that she's an Aquarius because what do we say about Aquarius? In the age of Aquarius, she has her sun at the 13th degree, conjoined to Mars. That could even deal with like maybe those were the two ages that men had come on to her when she was 13 and 20. Maybe there could have been like a profound incident or something that could have happened at either one of these ages. But it could definitely deal with her attracting perverted men. That is the truth. So that makes a lot of sense already before I even look at anything else. The game is the Aries moon, and his moon is on her south node. So that's him kind of preying on her. Y'all know Aries, the lower octave of Aries can be predatory. And so what house would that be in? That would be in her, is it the third house? No, fourth house. No, sorry, third house. Yeah, I could definitely see him like picking her up from school type shit. Where she's stunted. It's like she could be, I'm not even trying to be funny. She could be mentally stunted. Because she also has that Mercury squaring her Chiron. Yeah, like, where she can't think for herself. Whereas, like, she allows other people to influence her opinions. It's like, it's given, like, is this like her entire personality? Like somebody who can't think for themselves. I don't really know much about her, but yeah, Mercury conjoined to Neptune. That's sad. That ties back into what I was saying too about that transit, that Saturn and Neptune transit in Aries, where I say like that lack of self. It's like where it's almost like she's humiliating herself. That's very like Neptune and Aries on her south node. Like when she be doing them streams with all them niggas and shit like that, it's like it's self-deprecating. Like, girl, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up, please. Please. One leg, now the other. Get a steady pace going. Cause she scares me. I'm like, girl, why are you talking down on yourself? Because them streamers already don't respect her no way. They look at her like she's a idiot. Libras can be male centered in a sense, because Libra does deal with the opposite sex. It also deals with partnership and relationships. So yeah, but it's like she has to learn what real relationships are. And I think that's where that Chiron and Libra really comes into play for her. Because a lot of times she's presented with these partnerships. It could be in business, relationships, romantic relationships that seem like the real thing, but just are not. Where she's getting gooped, tricked, what you call it, bamboozled. Yeah, then she also got Uranus in the 12th house. That's her being vulnerable to like perverts. She low key, she give me she would be one of them girls on the islands on them files. Low key. I'm not saying she has. I'm just saying like in the sense of that she has a lot of 12th house energy going on, especially with Uranus, and that definitely gives like victim. Even Neptune and yeah, in Capricorn. Yep, then she has Venus conjoined to Saturn. That's her dealing with older men, her probably even doing some type of escort. I wouldn't be surprised if she did escort work, if she was doing sex work. That's my prediction. It could come out later that she's doing, even where she's being like enslaved or like where somebody is controlling her, like down to what she has, even to what she eats in that second house. Hey y'all, this shit go deep. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I kind of feel bad. I do feel bad. Or where she can get, that's like with older men, just the sugar daddy archetype, but it comes with trade offs. They can be very controlling, especially with her having Libra in this eighth house right here. Toxic relationships. It's that Chiron in the eighth house of Libra. Ooh, child. And it's like she adapts, she takes on the persona of whoever it is she's dealing with, whatever man she's dealing with. That could also explain her being with DDG too, because he's an Aquarius moon, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and he's a Libra sun. So I think that was a sun North Node kind of energy, but how much you would have bet his son was probably on her Chiron. So I think it was fake on his part. I don't think he really meant her no good. Or it could have been a contrived thing for both parties involved. Some sort of collaboration, her collaborating with him. But they definitely fucked if his son is in her eighth house. I know she done fucked him. Yeah. That makes sense because she was praising Yana, another streamer, for being high standards of men at 21. Yeah. That can make her like very gullible or like easily taken advantage of by, like I said, older people. So I could definitely see that. All right, y'all. Well, it's been real. Like I said, I didn't want to do too much. I just want some boy. And see how y'all was doing tonight. He pretends to be a picky man, but he's not really far as sex. No man is really that picky when it comes to sex, child. And he has his Mars and Sagittarius. You know, Sagittarius will do any. Sag deals with having unlimited in quantity. They don't care. It can vary. It can range. A Sagittarius man, whether he has his sun in Sag or his Mars, Mars can deal with your sexual urges, your instincts, your sex drive, your manhood. Them niggas will fuck anything. Just like Geminis. Geminis are for the community. Sagittarius, them niggas is for the highways. Geminis for the streets. Sag is for the highway. They oppose for a reason. All right, y'all. Good night. Love y'all. Take it easy.